Have you ever wondered what happened to those Oscar-winning stars who vanished from the spotlight? After their golden moment, their careers seemed to fade into the background. But what really happened to them? In Hollywood, winning an Oscar is often the pinnacle of a career, a moment that's meant to launch stars into even greater fame. But for some, it marked the beginning of their disappearance from the limelight. In this video, we'll uncover the stories of Oscar winners who seemed to have it all, only to disappear from the scene. From personal struggles to career missteps, these stars' stories are filled with mystery, drama, and untold truths. Keep watching as we explore what happened to these once celebrated actors after their big win. Number 1. Shirley Temple. Shirley Temple is a name that almost everyone recognizes, but her story is filled with mystery. She became the most famous child star in Hollywood during the Great Depression. With her curly hair, bright smile, and bubbly personality, she captured the hearts of millions. By the age of 6, she was already a box office sensation. Movies like Bright Eyes and Curly Top made her an international star, and in 1935 she won the Special Juvenile Award at the Oscars for her extraordinary contributions to film as a child. But what happened after her Oscar win? As she grew older, it became harder for Temple to transition into adult roles. She faced challenges in finding roles that could match her childhood fame, and her popularity began to fade. By the early 1950s, Temple decided to leave acting altogether. Instead of continuing in Hollywood, she chose a different path: public service. She became a diplomat and served as the U.S. ambassador to Ghana and Czechoslovakia. Despite her impressive new career, many people still wonder what might have happened if Temple had stayed in Hollywood. Would she have been able to leap into adult roles? Her decision to step away from acting left fans asking, could Shirley Temple have had a much longer career if she had stayed in the spotlight? Number 2. Gary Cooper. Gary Cooper was one of Hollywood's most respected actors, known for his tall frame, good looks, and quiet, stoic presence. In 1941, he won the Academy Award for Best Actor for his role in Sergeant York, which is considered one of his finest performances. Over the years, Cooper became a Hollywood legend with iconic roles in films like High Noon and The Fountainhead. His acting style was defined by subtlety and strength, which earned him admiration both in and out of the studio. However, as the 1950s rolled in, Cooper began to retreat from the public eye. While he continued to act, the roles became less frequent, and he became more selective about his projects. His health began to decline in the 1960s. Partly due to his battle with cancer. The disease forced him to step away from the limelight for good. Gary Cooper passed away in 1961, leaving behind a legacy of unforgettable performances. But many wonder what more he could have accomplished if he had remained more active in his later years. Would his career have been even more illustrious had illness not taken him away too soon? Number 3. Jean Harlow. Jean Harlow, the blonde bombshell of Hollywood, was one of the most unforgettable stars of the 1930s. Known for her platinum blonde hair, sultry looks, and glamorous image, Harlow rose to fame in films like Red Dust and Platinum Blonde. She became an icon in an era when Hollywood was still growing into its glamorous image. In 1933, she was even nominated for an Academy Award for Best Actress for her role in Hold Your Man, a testament to her talent and popularity. Tragically, Harlow's career and life were cut short. At just 26 years old, she died in 1937 from uremic poisoning. Just as her career seemed poised for even greater heights, her passing shocked the world, and many believe that Jean Harlow could have gone on to become an even bigger star. Despite her short life, her legacy as a sex symbol and pioneering female star lives on, and she remains one of Hollywood's most remembered legends. What could she have achieved if her time in the spotlight hadn't been so brief? Number 4. Grace Kelly. Grace Kelly was the epitome of elegance and sophistication. She captured hearts worldwide with her beauty and poise, becoming one of Hollywood's most beloved actresses. In 1954, Kelly won the Academy Award for Best Actress for her role in The Country Girl, marking the peak of her career. At that point, she was on top of the world, with the brightest future ahead of her. But in a surprising twist, Kelly made a dramatic decision that shocked her fans and the world. In 1956, she left Hollywood to marry Prince Rainier III of Monaco, becoming Princess Grace of Monaco. Her decision to abandon her successful acting career for royal duties was a personal one. As Princess Grace, she focused on charity work and her royal responsibilities, making rare public appearances but never returning to acting. Her unexpected exit left fans wondering what she could have achieved if she had stayed in the limelight. Sadly, Grace Kelly's life ended tragically in a car accident in 1982 at the age of 52. Her sudden death only deepened the mystery surrounding her decision to leave Hollywood. What more could she have accomplished if her career had continued? Number 5. Kim Basinger. Kim Basinger's career took a surprising turn after she won the Academy Award for Best Supporting Actress in 1997 for her role in L.A. Confidential. She had already built a name for herself in films like 9½ Weeks and Batman, 1989, known for her striking beauty and sultry presence. Her Oscar win seemed like the perfect stepping stone to greater success, but her career would soon take an unexpected turn. After the win, Basinger faced personal struggles, including a very public divorce, which impacted her career. She also made headlines when she purchased the small town of Brazelton, Georgia, in 1989, only to face serious financial difficulties as a result. These personal challenges, along with her decision to take fewer roles, led to a quieter period in her career. Though Basinger has continued to act, her career never quite reached the heights it once had, and she became a more reclusive figure in Hollywood. What could have been if life hadn't taken such unexpected turns for her? Number 6. Richard Dreyfuss. Richard Dreyfuss was one of the brightest stars of the 1970s, known for his roles in iconic films like Jaws, 1975, and Close Encounters of the Third Kind, 1977. In 1977, he won the Academy Award for Best Actor for his unforgettable performance in The Goodbye Girl. It seemed like Dreyfuss was on track for a long, successful career in Hollywood. His performances were admired and his place in Hollywood appeared secure. But what went wrong for this talented actor? Dreyfuss faced a series of personal challenges that began to overshadow his career. Known for his volatile personality, he struggled with substance abuse, which took a toll on his professional life. As the years went by, his career slowed down, and he never regained the level of fame or success he had in the 1970s and 1980s. Though he continued to appear in films and TV shows, his time in the Hollywood spotlight became less frequent. He transitioned into a more private life with fewer public appearances. Would Dreyfuss have maintained his star status if he had overcome his struggles, or was it the price of fame that led him down this path? Number 3. Loretta Young. Loretta Young was the epitome of elegance in old Hollywood, known for her beauty, grace, and remarkable acting talent. In 1947, she won the Academy Award for Best Actress for her performance in The Farmer's Daughter, which solidified her as one of Hollywood's top stars. Her career spanned the 1930s to the 1950s, with roles in films like Call It a Day and Midnight Mary that showcased her range as an actress. But by the late 1950s, Young's film career began to slow down. She made the transition to television, where she became the host of The Loretta Young Show from 1953 to 1961. Although she remained a beloved figure on the small screen, her movie career never quite regained its former glory. By the 1960s, Young stepped back from the limelight, making fewer public appearances, and she gradually faded from Hollywood's spotlight. Her legacy, however, as a glamorous leading lady and one of the most iconic figures of old Hollywood, endures. What if Young had continued to take on more film roles? Would her place in Hollywood's history have been even greater? Number 8. Sally Field. Sally Field's career is a perfect blend of comedy and drama, with standout roles that earned her 2 Academy Awards for Best Actress, one for Norma Rae, 1979, and another for Places in the Heart, 1984. She became a beloved Hollywood figure, praised for her down-to-earth charm and incredible versatility. Field's ability to switch between roles in different genres made her a favorite among audiences. However, after her Oscars, Field began to step back from the Hollywood spotlight. In the 1990s and early 2000s, she shifted her focus to her family and personal life, making fewer appearances in major films. While she continued to act, her projects were often in television or smaller, lower-budget films. Despite still having an active career, Field's presence in the high-profile film industry wasn't as strong as before. What if she had continued to pursue more big roles after her Oscar wins? Would she have maintained her star power in Hollywood, or did stepping back give her a chance to thrive in other areas? Number 9. Jodie Foster. Jodie Foster became one of Hollywood's most respected actresses with 2 Academy Awards for Best Actress, one for The Accused, 1988, and another for The Silence of the Lambs, 1992. Her career reached its peak in the early 1990s with roles in Contact and Panic Room. Foster was celebrated not just for her intelligence and versatility, but for her ability to portray complex characters with depth and authenticity. However, after her peak in acting, Foster began to shift her focus away from starring roles. She became more selective with her acting parts and started to explore directing and producing. This transition to behind-the-scenes work meant fewer appearances in major films, and her presence in the Hollywood spotlight began to fade. While she remains active in the industry, Foster's decision to move away from big-budget films and take on fewer acting roles has made her a more elusive figure in recent years. Could Foster have remained one of Hollywood's leading stars if she had kept acting in high-profile films, or was directing her true calling all along? Number 10. Ingrid Bergman. Ingrid Bergman was one of the most iconic actresses of the golden age of Hollywood. With 2 Academy Awards for Best Actress, one for Gaslight, 1944, and another for Anastasia, 1956, she became a symbol of grace, beauty, and talent. Her performances in films like Casablanca, Notorious, and For Whom the Bell Tolls made her one of the most respected and beloved stars of her era. Bergman's ability to convey deep emotion with simplicity and sincerity helped her create some of the most memorable roles in cinematic history. She was a leading lady who captivated audiences both on and off screen, bringing a sense of realism to the glamorous world of Hollywood. However, despite her immense success, Ingrid Bergman's career faced a massive setback that would change the trajectory of her life. In 1950, her affair with Italian director Roberto Rossellini became the center of a public scandal that rocked Hollywood. Their relationship, which eventually led to Bergman becoming pregnant with Rossellini's child, was deemed a major scandal at the time, as Bergman was still married to Swedish doctor Petter Lindström. The affair made headlines around the world, and Bergman was publicly labeled a homewrecker. Hollywood's moral outrage at her personal life led to her being blacklisted for a period, effectively ending her reign as one of the biggest stars in Hollywood. The fallout from the scandal was brutal. Although Bergman was deeply loved by fans, the industry turned its back on her for a while, and she faced harsh criticism. The public's focus shifted from her talent to her personal life, something that overshadowed her work for years. It wasn't until the late 1950s, when she starred in films like The Inn of the Sixth Happiness, 1958, and Anastasia, 1956, that she was able to make a comeback. Despite her return to acting, her career was never the same. The roles she was offered became fewer, and her status as a top-tier Hollywood actress faded. Though she continued to act in European films, the damage to her American career was already done. She was never able to recapture the same level of fame and prominence she had once held. Still, Bergman's legacy endures. She went on to win another Oscar for her role in Anastasia, 1956, and continued to be recognized for her immense contribution to cinema. Her career may have slowed, but her legacy remains untarnished by the scandal that overshadowed her life. But what if Bergman's career had never been interrupted? Could she have become one of the longest-reigning legends in Hollywood history? We'll never know. But what remains is her incredible body of work and the unforgettable characters she brought to life. As we've seen, the lives of these Oscar-winning stars are filled with unexpected twists and turns. Some disappeared from the spotlight for personal reasons, others faced scandals that shook their careers. But one thing is clear, their legacies are far from forgotten. Do you think any of these stars could have continued to shine had life played out differently? Let us know in the comments below. And if you enjoyed this look at Hollywood's hidden stories, don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit the bell icon for more shocking insights and untold tales from old Hollywood. Keep watching, because the drama never ends.